Ask Tom on Home Show.
George from Jamaica, New York. Well, Asbestos has him sidelined.
Well, his project anyway, the contractor says this asbestos here has to go before residing. And after reading his question and talking about it, George, we're not sure that that's really asbestos is the problem here. George writes to us, he says, I wanted to put in new siding on my home, but the siding company says they can't do the job because I have cedar siding with asbestos, even though there's already an old siding on it. He says they said I need the asbestos removed before I can reside. My house is drafty. I changed all the windows and the doors, added a mini split for January and February. What can I do about asbestos keeping my 1930s home from being resided, Tom?
Well, when I'm looking at this picture and putting it together the way it's explained, I think there's maybe some asbestos behind the cedar siding as an insulation product that might have been used who knows
maybe
when.
A loose kind of asbestos that's like
yeah, because I'm seeing this kind of furry stuff in the picture. The picture's very close up,
okay.
But I see this furry stuff. Now, I can't tell you what the local laws in New York are. Whatever they are, they're probably absurd and crazy because it's a state that has a lot of regulation on everything. And I know I lived there I owned a house there in Lake Placid. And you got to go through these crazy drills for them all the time. So you've got to follow whatever the state of New York says. So you got to research that in your state. I know here it probably wouldn't be a big deal. The cedar siding on there is fine. If it's in good shape, I'd leave it. None of this new siding is not going to make your home less drafty because the cedar siding was a good product. So if you just leave it alone and just cosmetically repair everything and paint it or stain it, whatever you're going to do, I think that's going to be the best approach to an older home, more of a restoration than it is a whole rebuild. So if that's the case and those are the regulations you're put under, then I can't tell you much more than to do that. But do some research on your own just because a contractor comes out. And I tell you why I tend to believe what the contractor said is because he didn't try to sell this gentleman a job. He said, you're going to have to get someone else to do something before we can do anything. So I have a feeling there's some truth to this rumor at this time that there is, if you're going to redo the whole thing, you probably are going to have to go through your local building codes. And the thing you can do, and I know in New York they have building departments in every county, every borough counties. Boroughs, and the counties weren't called counties, they were called something else. But call the building department and ask them, hey, can you send somebody out? Can I get some advice? Go down and talk to them. That's where you got to start your quest on this one. I wouldn't leave it to somebody else. I'd do it myself.
All right. You got a question? Tom can help you out just like that. Go visit HomeShowRadio.com. Click on the Ask Tom button right there, and it'll take you to this page here where you can decide whether you're going to write to us or send us a video. And either way, we're going to want to know a little bit about you, about your situation, and send us a picture and all that. Pictures are great because like we could see with George there what his problem was. It helps us do a better job, and that's why Tom does this. He wants to help you make your home safer, more energy efficient, and a happier place to live. And that's why you'll find a new one of these posted every day on our Facebook page, on the Home Show Radio YouTube channel, and, of course, at HomeShowRadio.com.